Hey, welcome back. Eric Arnold here in my barn, the MLB barn on this Friday, the 27th of 2002. Oh, I don't know. Sometime after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we got some MLB picks, 4 of them. 4 MLB picks for you. When last seen, I think we had 3 underdogs and we got one of them, which was a small L we took Wednesday. That's the one where you try not to get upset, where you play the Red Sox, who score 14 runs on the day before you play them. You get 1 run, and then the day after, they get 16 runs. Son of a bitch. I mean, that's just like one of these things, That's just bad luck there. That's just bad luck. And then the Indians lose by that much to the stinking Astros as a huge underdog. So that's irritating. And then our winner was an easy winner. So I think we're somewhere where we need to be. I'm feeling that things are going forward rather than backwards at the moment. I just a vague feeling. I'm not ready to bet the house on the feeling, that's for sure. What else is going on? I gotta get out to the bar and get my drink on fast here because I'm gonna get up early and go chase a train with my father, who's been waiting to he doesn't really drive much anymore. They allow him to drive, but I think he's realized that he's a hazard to himself and others, so he doesn't really drive unless, he absolutely needs to or wants to or whatever. Anyway, the 2102, it's one of the last surviving functional steam engines in this country. They've just put it back together. It's been sitting in mothballs for over 30 years. The last time they ran it was in 1991. It's a former Reading Railroad. If you've ever played Monopoly, it's not the Reading Railroad, it's the Reading Railroad. Take a ride on the Reading. They ordered these huge engines back in, I think it was built in 1945, which was probably a mistake. In other words, you kind of saw the dieselization of the railroad industry coming, and they bought these steam engines anyway, and they're huge. I mean, they're giant steam engines, the kind they built to haul coal, heavy trains. So it's a big engine. And it's impressive. I've never seen it run. It seems like I would have. But I'll say it this way: I don't remember seeing it run because they ran it back in the late 80s, and that would have been a time where I could have seen it. So, I was living here in the area. I would have been able to see it. I almost certainly have seen it. The more I think about it, but. I might have been 2, I just don't remember. So I'm looking forward to this. We're going to go chase this train around. It fit perfectly because, they're to get a ride on the train was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The guy who owns the train, Andy Muller, he spent millions of dollars putting this thing back together. And he's going to recoup some of his money, apparently. That's his thought. I don't blame him. So he's charging hundreds of dollars to ride on this thing. And I thought, oh boy, I'm going to get shanghaied. I want to see it. I don't necessarily want to pay hundreds of dollars to see it. So this fit perfectly where my father heard that the tickets were in the hundreds. And he said, well, maybe we could just go watch it. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yes. So I've got my little route plotted. Well, apparently I don't think it's going to run very fast. I don't think they're going to air this thing out to 80 miles an hour. So we should be able to easily track the thing as we wind up through Schuylkill County. It shouldn't be that hard. But looking forward to that early morning. So let's get you don't give a shit about this anyway. Let's get to the picks. Let's get to the picks. We're going to take a shot here at the Nationals. Not crazy about this game, but I don't think you're ever way off playing against the Rockies when they are on the road. That's just a total Jekyll and Hyde team, always has been. So the Nationals tonight, they've won a couple in a row. Maybe they're starting to feel like, hey, that seventh wild card, maybe if crazier things have happened. So who knows? But they've won a couple games down there in Washington, so maybe just not much momentum down there. We like this game pretty well. I'm starting to become a Manoah fan. I really like the way he just blew his manager up last weekend against the Reds, where he's just cruising. He's just having fun out there, just dominating the poor Reds. And he's through 8 innings with about 80-some pitches, and they take him out. They take him out because of course they do. Because of course they do. It's like we don't even have pitch counts anymore. It's like you get 100 pitches or 8 innings, whichever comes first. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I mean, that guy could have pitched 12 innings and it wouldn't have bothered him at all. This is a huge guy. I don't think guys like that get tired, these big-ass guys. I think they could just go out there and throw all day. But they took him out. But he dominated. He's been dominating. He's been one of the best pitchers in the game this past year. So I think it's a relatively short price to get this kind of a superstar pitcher. Minus 120. The Blue Jays starting to play a little better. Starting to win here and there. Nice win last night. They hit Ohtani, and the big wheel had a decent outing. So I think the Blue Jays just keep right on pushing here and win again. Rangers Athletics. This might seem odd to you, but the Rangers are above 500 in the last 3-4 weeks. They're winning some games suddenly. It's not a team without talent. Mitch Garver, he was the highly touted catcher from Minnesota that they got in the trade. He's got home runs in the last week or so. Then you get Simeon. He was damn near the MVP last year. He hasn't even started to participate. So when that guy starts to actually play like a good player, he's really going to contribute. Seager from the Dodgers. This is a team not without talent. So the A's, yeah, they're without talent. They're Billy Bean Moneyball selves of guys you've never heard of, and they're just really not very good right now. So again, I think we're getting a relatively short price here for a team that's winning against a not very good Athletic team. We'll lay the 121. And then I think we have to do this. Verlander has been just lights out. He's been just lights out. And he's got a great team behind him. The Astros have been great for the last 4 or 5 years. They're still great. They're easily the class of the Western Division, I would say. The Mariners are just, look like they had a moment there. And remember, they were this weird team last year where they had a winning record, significantly over 500 if I think about it, 86, 87 wins, something like that. And they had scored less runs than they gave up, which you believe in your Pythagorean. I can't say the word. I can see it, and I can't think. I hate when that happens. Pythagorean theory. It's this idea that your record is going to reflect the number of run differential. In other words, you're minus 20 runs for the year. You should be below 500. Well, they were minus, I don't know, 40, 50 runs or something, and they were above 500. It was crazy. It was like they'd lose 20-1 and then win 3 one-run games in a row. Well, that's supposed to even out after a while, and you're supposed to end up below 500. Well, it didn't for the Mariners. So everybody's wondering. It's like, well, what's going to happen now? They got all this young talent coming in. But they shouldn't have been worse last year than they actually were. Well, I think they're actually worse now. And then a lot of this young talent is not panning out. Their bullpen isn't as good as it was last year. It's just not happening for these guys. They don't hit. And the Astros own these guys up there. They've owned them for the last decade. Just own the Mariners, especially in Seattle. So 200 is a huge number, but I think the number should be even bigger than that. I mean, according to my database, my notes, what have you, I think that should be minus 250, 300. You know, I think there's a good 75% chance the Astros win this game. So we're not even going to monkey around with the run line. We're just going to go straight out and pay the number and say, okay, you know, we're getting out here on the, you know, it's kind of like those guys on the iron work in the 100 years ago building New York City. You seen those old pictures of the guys walking on the beam there with their little lunch boxes, and you go, holy shit, that's dangerous. And as it turns out, it is sort of dangerous, but it's really not that dangerous. I mean, in other words, yeah, guys fell off and got killed, but it didn't happen every day. So, yeah, 200 seems dangerous. I don't think it's that dangerous, and we're going to go ahead and do it here. So, there you have it. That's what you got. We got Rockies, Blue Jays, not Rockies, god damn. Now we'll lose that game because I screwed that up. Nationals, Blue Jays, Rangers, and Astros. That's what we got here for you on this Friday. So, very doubtful you get a video tomorrow because I'm going to be in a car chasing a train. Maybe get one Saturday night for the games on Sunday. That could happen. So great. Let's have a good Memorial Day weekend. 3 days off? I guess depending on what you do, we're always off, or you're always working, or something. But I'm Eric Arnold, and I'm signing off.